The new SZA album, it's not good. Okay, not good, but it's definitely not as solid as Control, and I think that's an opinion a lot of people are gonna have. Control is tighter, more focused, more fleshed out, and overall just more cohesive. But I think what a lot of people are missing in that assessment after listening to SOS for the first time, myself included, is recognizing what a double album means, or where it's coming from. Double albums or long hour-plus LPs are usually indicative of an artist being unsure. Unsure about life, relationships, their creative process, or just where they want to go next. And when uncertainty strikes, a double album or a longer album is just less pressure because it's a bigger sandbox to play in. For SZA, that means she can more or less stick to her bread and butter for the first 11 tracks, and then use a Phoebe Bridgers feature to transition into a 2000s pop rock radio anthem, and then lead into a generally more genre-exploring back half. But let's focus on that sentiment for a minute, because earlier I just said releasing a double album is less pressure. But what makes releasing a regular album pressure? Well, if you're Billie Eilish, it's because you had a meteoric rise to fame as a minor, and you and your fan base have rapidly matured since, and so you're unsure on how to follow up an insanely well-received debut that influenced the direction of modern pop. If you're Kendrick, it's because you have a bit of a savior complex and everyone views you as the man with the answers, when this time you're so worn out that you don't know if you have any left. If you're SZA, it's because you created the most cult fan base in all of R&B off your debut record and created massive expectations, then dealt with anxiety and label issues that pushed your sophomore record 5 years down the line, after which you were unsure which tracks you even liked anymore and what your new sound was going to be. The counter to all this is being aware that, okay, lots of fans are going to latch onto a debut, especially if it's really good or just older material in general. So we need to put that bias aside. We can't be sitting here saying we miss the old Kanye because that person doesn't exist anymore. But even when we do, the point still stands that the double album is a gamble. It's an artist saying, I don't really know right now, so here's me. And what's beautiful about that is a lot of the time you get some really raw moments. Now, they're not always good, but I'd be remiss to say that there weren't spots on this record where SZA is clearly letting her heart bleed out on the table. I'm not here to trash the record, but if you want my opinion, it feels like something that SZA had to make to get out of a rut, not just musically, but also personally. And I think a double album was the perfect way to do that. I don't think it's her best, being that it's a little all over the place in terms of execution and exploration, but at the same time, that doesn't matter because what this record is trying to do means more to SZA than it does to you, me, or anyone else, no matter how many times you use it to cry over your ex. If you like this video, check out this one I did on Kendrick, where we talk about a very similar thing with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, but, you know, just about Kendrick.